Good to go.
Alright,
Alright.
hello everyone. This is
Yes.
basically our group review of the Mortal Kombat movie that just came out.
Mm-hmm.
These three are the King of the Hill because for some reason my game didn't want to update. Anyways, so where do we really want to start? Actually, before we get into it,
Kano?
the reason why I say group review is because we're mostly gonna be interrupting each other because all of us are probably gonna have differing views. So I'm just gonna take Hypno's suggestion here, and we'll go with Kano first.
Okay, yeah.
So who wants to talk about Kano first?
Kano, he stole the whole movie. Like,
Okay.
that guy should have gotten paid so much more for this movie.
Yeah. So what's everyone's favorite particular scene?
Mine is probably when Kano got his powers. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah! When he's, like, arguing about the egg roll. He's like, hand me the bloody egg roll! And he starts doing the laser beams. I honestly thought he would have become a cyborg to do it.
Yeah, I kind of was a little disappointed from the lack of the cybernetic guy, but you know, it's a small loss. Hypno, what was your favorite moment?
Let's see,
Favorite
for
Kano moment.
Kano moment, I guess like all of it, because Kano was just so freaking amazing the whole thing.
Ask what's favorite scene, Hypno. Yes. So my favorite scene was the fight between him and Luke Kang because it reminded me a lot of BTS.
Nice. So I actually wanted to bring up. Because I actually went into this with a no expectation that they created for the story. What did you think?
We wanna. I think the way we should do it is what everyone's expectations were for the general movie, and then we'll go into Cole.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Does anyone think that they were severely disappointed, or that it was better than they thought it was, or did everyone just kind of?
I think it was.
I guess.
I think it was better than it was. You know, I mean, we all knew it was going to be a cheesy, movie, but they actually did a pretty good job because Kano was
Nice.
in it.
Damn, I thought I had a little bit left.
I mean, Kano's
Retro,
back has to
you're-
hurt from carrying that whole film, just like Retro said.
Okay, so then let's
Yeah,
stay on
so-
Kano then. So let's stay on Kano since
Well, I don't think we have much more to say about Kano besides an overwhelming applause.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
with my expectations for the movie, they were technically met. Am I lagging?
No, you're fine.
Nope.
Okay. I got kicked out of the triplet. I don't care. So, from my expectations for the movie, they were technically
Alright, so I've
met,
never
but
played
there
this
were
game.
some confusing
I guess I'll try Noob
movies.
Saibot.
There were some confusing moves,
Mhm.
especially in the character.
I don't even know how to play
department,
this.
This leads right into Cole
Okay.
because there was a bunch of these like OC characters where like the actual characters from Mortal Kombat could have filled in. You know, like the guy with the big hammer and whoever that vampire
That
lady
bird
was.
chick?
Like that could have been Jade and Baraka, and it could have gone, but a little less generic
Mhm.
protagonist. So there goes my opinions for Cole Young. So now you guys can share your.
Okay, so let me start. Let me. So let me start by saying that I tried naming characters. I named like 5 out of the 7 characters right, and one of them I got wrong was him because he didn't look straight white American, so I knew he wasn't Johnny Cage. So I was like, is that Liu Kang? Is that but it wasn't. And when I heard his name, I'm like, oh, I don't know who it was. So when I did the research on it, he's an original created character, and I just didn't know why. Like, they could have put him with somebody else instead, and but
Yeah, so that's why I gave the term of a movie like not a bad movie. It's a good movie.
mhm.
It's kind of like not exactly how you would have made it. It's like like you'd rather have this and this happen, but it doesn't completely kill the movie.
Right.
Shit.
Retro.
You guys
Yeah.
thought
Yeah.
Cole-
So Cole Young was a character that I immediately guessed who he was, or at least who he was related to in terms of like, oh, his lineage is unknown, and he's just an orphan kid with this dragon tattoo on his chest, or a dragon birthmark.
Mhm.
And I was like, I immediately called it. I was like, oh, he's related to Scorpion. He's part of the missing like kid thingy for Scorpion immediately.
Right.
Because I was just like, well, specifically, black and yellow all the fucking time in his outfit, or like something minor was specifically involved, and it was just black and yellow. That's all it was.
See, I didn't
Yeah, so
pick
that's why
up
I
on
kind
that.
of felt like it was. That's why I felt like he was kind of like a fan fiction. But you kind of have to go into this movie not really expecting like everything to go exactly how you remember it in the game, because if you do, you're not gonna have a fun time.
Right.
But if you kind of get into the same mentality of like, well, I mean, there's the first two Mortal Kombat movies. Like, let's
Really?
just see how this goes. You'll have
This is
a
the
way
only
better
move you know!
Yes.
Right.
You
So
motherfucker!
you'll have a way better time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what kind of subject do you guys want to talk about now? Like, any kind of
well,
specific scene?
Well,
I have one.
we didn't get hips. We didn't get
okay.
his
Hypno, what do you think about Cole Young?
yeah. He's just focusing on retro right
He's
now.
yeah, he's too busy spamming moves
Okay.
right now.
Retro, since you can multitask,
Yes.
what was the scene that you wanted to talk about?
Like I said, I loved the scene where they're training in the temple and they start learning their abilities little by little. So
Yep.
that way they can at least start to
Jeez.
unlock their arcana. And I found it very interesting that they made it so that Sonia had to get her own mark in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that was cool.
Unfortunately, that meant, Kano had to die. He kind of, alluded to that in the whole the whole gist of things.
Shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
You got me.
yeah, we all know your mean by when he said
I just gotta let me stand there.
The marks were a liability and all that. And
Yep.
You kind of knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah,
So,
and
you keep going.
I thought the fact that Cabal was easily able to just convince him, like, hey man, you can whatever
Money.
you're
Yeah.
getting, you're gonna get by 3 times working with these people.
Cabal was actually one of my least favorite characters before the movie, but that portrayal of him in the movie was probably the best I've ever seen him. Like,
Yeah.
he's usually just like he only has one personality, and that's speed, and like maybe sometimes working with Kano, but that's really it. Like,
Assault.
He's usually in the back. But with that being said, does anyone else have any particular scene that they want to talk about?
Well, now that Hypno is free, now that he's free, not multitasking, what did you think of Cole, sir?
Bob Cole,
Yeah.
like, I haven't seen the last 20 minutes of the film, but, like, Bob Cole, I agree with Critical that he
Bob
was kind of
Cole.
a generic... Isn't his name Bob Cole, right?
No.
It's Bob Cole.
Cole Young.
Cole Young.
Cole Young, okay.
Bob
I keep thinking
Cole.
Bob Cole, because he's so generic, but
Billy
anyway, back
Mays
to my
here.
point. He's the most generic character. Like, he was okay for a protagonist, but, you know, he's like one of those forgettable characters.
I mean, yeah, he only had one personality trait, which is save the family.
I mean, but
but
that's
then again, this is a Mortal Kombat movie where, you know, like the story is never really in the main focus. Fourth snake. Anyways.
oh my god.
So was there? Yeah, throwing shade.
Okay, suspect,
So
stop it with the fucking guns.
Suspects.
That's retro.
That's the joke.
Yeah. So, is there any disappointments? Like, you wish you could have seen this, or
Okay.
how dare
Okay.
you do this character?
Immediately, I recognize the actor who is Scorpion. I hate it right now because I can't remember the exact name of the movie.
Right.
But he is famous
Hanzo
for his fight scenes. No. I remember his name for the movie, but the actor specifically was in a movie where he displayed such amazing fight scenes. But the way it's filmed, they do so many cuts, and every time they do a cut, that means that scene was not fluid like it should have been. And it really ruined a lot of the fight style of what both of those actors could have shown. Because as far as I know, they both could have handled it.
Yeah.
And it was like, that's what really makes me angry about sometimes how a fight movie will be filmed. Especially with the fact that, oh hey, you know, these two actors can handle the fighting, but like, we just want to milk a bunch of cuts of it, and I wish they would have made it way more fluid than what it was, you know?
So other than any kind of fight scenes, because I think that's going to be our next category, does anyone else have like specific scenes
Nope.
that either they disliked or...
Okay.
Okay.
I got a
Alright,
question
so,
about a scene.
Okay.
The Goro scene versus him. Should it have been that easy for him to beat
No.
him when he acquired his Akata?
Okay, so the thing is that Goro is usually like the main bad guy right under Shang Tsung. Like you know how they said, oh yeah, none of us can go one-on-one with Sub-Zero. We're all gonna have to take him out as a team. That's how Goro should have been. So
Right.
he's usually that guy, and the fact that he was nothing more than a plot point, just for the story to go move forward, was kind of a dishonor to the character.
Right.
How come I haven't fought Brock in a while?
Because I've been winning both of you.
You're lucky my thing is not updating.
There it is. There
You
it is.
barely got it. You barely got me, son of a bitch.
So,
Oh my god.
anyone else have points on
There it is.
Goro?
I think
Goro was way too easy to kill.
That's what I
Way
thought.
too easy to kill.
That
Like,
was the question I
get
asked.
it,
Like,
he had weapons, but like, come on.
I mean, so how
Yeah,
should it have
so-
gone? So, and how should it have
So
gone?
I think that that he should not have made an appearance until the end,
Mhm.
where actually he shouldn't even made an appearance in the movie because technically this is all before the Mortal Kombat tournament actually happened.
Yeah, they're getting prepped
so-
for it.
So yeah, he should have legitimately been in the sequel and actually been a complete threat
Mhm.
instead of like just this little bullet point.
So how does King of the Hill work exactly? Because you're the king now. At least that's what it said.
Whoever loses
Wins.
passes on the controller.
Yeah, basically.
So
Since I was king for like 2 rounds.
So the next category is the fights. Does anyone have like a favorite fight or a least
Hypno
favorite
should
fight
start
that
this
you wanna
one.
talk about?
I feel like Hypno should start this one.
I did like the shit for fights. That's a little bit hard because I still haven't finished the last 20 minutes of the film, but like,
Mhm.
but like, I guess I liked Sub-Zero on the screen. Sub-Zero was always pretty cool to have on the screen.
Yeah. So for I'm gonna go last, but we are gonna kind of spoil the last.
All right. So I'll go next. For my favorite fight scene, I gotta say, I liked the scene between
Shit.
when it started off.
He's cutting out for the rest of you too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Retro, if you can repeat yourself.
Fuck.
We can't hear him. I don't know, just
Shit.
keep talking until we say...
Well, he fell out of the party. He should be able to join back in.
I didn't get the notification yet. No, yeah. So,
Yeah.
well,
I'm
oh, there you
here,
are.
but like I
There you
lagged
go.
out of the game.
Yeah.
I lagged out of the game, but
You also
so
lagged to
I-
where we couldn't hear you.
yeah. So the fight between Kung Lao, where he wanted to fight Shang Tsung, he threw his hat. Shang Tsung just tilted his head. He's like, "You are not worth my time," or like, "You aren't at my level yet." Something similar to that. And that
Yeah.
reminds me of how the arcade games, Shang Tsung was the final boss at the top of the tower battles. So essentially, you had to fight all these other
Shit.
people just to get to him. But his
Yeah.
fucking fatality on the bird chick was just fantastic. He just rides her face first into the fucking hat blade,
Yeah, honestly,
Takes it
probably
off
one of
and
the
just-
better fatalities of the game.
and then just flawless victory. Both him and Kung Lao and wow, I am already forgetting
Liu
his
Kang.
name. Liu Kang.
Liu Kang.
Both of them with the whole like fatality or flawless victory, stuff
Yeah.
like that, and it's like
I'm
even
not gonna let you.
And
Kano
wins.
just Kano
Yeah.
wins, and okay.
Oh, you got me,
that-
son of a bitch.
A lot of that was like my favorite stuff because I
timing.
loved seeing how Kung Lao just kind of sat there waiting for this chick to make a move,
Yep.
and when they did make the move, he immediately flipped it on its head and shredded its head in half.
Yeah, I think they actually used those phrases good because in if you remember the original movies, they just kept saying flawless victory after every fight. It's like, no, you
Yeah.
got punched like 50 times, you were almost losing. That's not a flawless
Yeah.
victory, but in these ones it actually made sense because
Yeah.
Kano was jokingly saying it, and like when it was a flawless victory, it was a flawless victory. And I was just so happy that they actually used it right.
Oh
this
shit.
time.
And so, like, one thing too was, in the old movie, they went straight to the tournament, immediately to the tournament. There was no like, oh hey, Shang Tsung's trying to be a dirty rat and try to kill everybody off so the tournament can never happen.
Yeah,
He-
I mean,
they-
it's almost like a clickbait. Like in
Yeah.
this newer movie, it's like you kind of expected the Mortal Kombat, but you kind of got the it's like it's its own prequel.
Yeah, and I like the fact
You're
that
not doing this.
here it is. He only had like a couple of people ready to go, but
Oh
then
my
he's
God,
like,
Hypno, we're
next
not-
time I see you, I'll bring armies. So definitely like foreshadowing, like he's a sore loser. If they lose the tournament, he's gonna come and invade Earth, and it's gonna be
Yeah,
like that
fuck
whole
you.
plot line to the other Mortal Kombat game, straight up, where he's gonna try to invade Earthrealm regardless, and da 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 da.
So
Wow, I've never played before, Brock.
Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? I'm recording this. I fucking hate you.
You need to add me back, by the way.
I'm gonna tell my little point about the fight scenes. So most of them are good. The only ones that just like I didn't like the part where they all split up and then like every fight was just 30 seconds, and it's like you almost kind of got rid of all the of what these characters were before. Like when they were fighting at, but yeah, when you split them up, I know that was the point, but like you could have at least given them at least some kind of tension in those
Fair enough.
fights.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, straight up, one thing that also I wanted to critique, Briggs's Kano was just getting buffer metal arms? Are you kidding me?
20
Are
by the
you
way.
kidding me?
None of the others make sense if you think about it.
I know, but like, straight up.
I will say my favorite, like being a person who does Muay Thai and Jitsu. I will have to say from all the cinematic fights and all that, I gotta say the beginning fight was what got me into it, what got me hooked. Like, you know, it wasn't too brutal to where he was getting his ass beat, like to where it's unrealistic, but they did a great job. So let me ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give the cage fight in the beginning?
Probably a 3. I don't remember
Really?
any of it.
I'll give it a 7.
I was just
mean,
waiting for it to end.
I saw a lot of the moves that he was doing. I don't know the names, but I do know that he was pulling legitimate moves in this cage match.
Yeah, they were.
That's how all
Fuck
the
you.
movies are. Like,
No, but I mean,
nowadays.
like it looked really convincing. It looked really convincing for a fight scene. Like, if these were actually people,
Oh my
beating
God,
the
would you
living shit out of each other,
You need
just
to
not
fucking...
even acting for a movie, they looked very convincing.
Hypno, you need to stop
Just like
that. Hypno,
So, does anyone
Hypno.
else have any points for fighting?
Oh shit.
No, I feel like, you know, well, I don't think you
okay.
gave years, but I feel like, yeah, we're good on that. But after
I
years,
have given mine.
Okay.
I've already given my point of like how right before the climax, it was a little too bullet pointy. Like everyone's just going down in 30 seconds.
Nope.
But I think a good.
I
I don't know if we have any other categories besides Sub-Zero versus Scorpion.
Fucking so
I would say one of them that was interesting to me, at least, was what was it? Sonia versus Kano. That one was an interesting fight.
Oh yeah, it's so funny because right when it ended, you know how she just does the gnome thing? Or,
Yeah.
No, what does he say? He says
He's like, how's that feel? How's that feel, girly? And then she straight up, she's like, you know what? And then just stabs him in the eye with the gnome. He's like, feels fucking great.
And then she's all smiling, getting up, and then I actually whispered to Retro right next to me, I'm like, when you get an STD. Because like think about it, the tattoo or the birthmark, whatever it's called, is freaking getting transferred, and she's like tired, panting, smiling, and getting up.
Brock,
the guy
I've
falls
never-
asleep.
Brock, I've never played this game in my entire life. How
you
am I-
keep fucking spamming the same fuck.
Brock,
Learn
you
some
have to adapt.
moves.
You're literally the meme.
All
So, what is
it
it?
has to do is learn.
I wish I could go in there and get. You know,
I got him
I'm
for
gonna
like
use
2
one
rounds, but like straight up.
man,
What was it for?
Sub-Zero Scorpion.
Well, one thing I also liked was Kano, Sonia, and Cole versus Reptile.
Yeah,
That
was
was a
good.
good fight
Yeah.
because they all started barely working together, especially with when he turns invisible using the flare with his knife. That was great.
I mean, but that just means they did him dirty though. Like I feel like Reptile
The
should
thing-
have gotten better though.
The thing is that I think that Reptile should. I wish that they would do Reptile the way that they do him in the games, where he's more human-esque. You know, like I don't really care if he looks human or if he's like the lizard-human hybrid in MKX. But I wish they would do him as an actual character rather than just a big lizard, because they keep doing that in the movies, and I'm kind of tired of it.
Dick punching bitch.
So then, Suspect, let me ask you a question to move on to the next subject.
Shit. I think you might have got me, Retro.
No.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, I know Raiden is a douchey person. I know he's a very strict, he's a god, like he's very strict.
He won.
Should they have made him more of a douchey dick, or do you think they might have overdone him? Because Raiden's the Mortal Kombat. Raiden is a huge part of the game, so, I mean, what do you think about the Raiden portrayal?
I think that they did him decently.
Okay.
I think that they could have gotten a better actor.
Yes, I do agree.
He just looks a little weird, and he doesn't deliver his lines the best.
No.
But, you know, it's still a good performance.
Okay.
But it's like, it's just missing a little bit of something. So, and I kind of wish he was a little taller.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's just the internet nerd in me. I'm kind of like, Raiden is usually kind of towering over a lot of the other characters.
You got me.
And he's
Yeah.
kind of like the shortest one in this movie. So, you know, I wish that was but that's just a small complaint. That's not really like oh, are you really gonna cast Michael Keaton as Batman? So, what is it?
Spaghetti.
He is one of my favorite characters. And
You know,
I
it's
think
actually funny you mention that
they,
because
they,
I had
they did
spaghetti for
him
dinner.
okay.
Right.
They did him okay for this movie, but I do think that they're gonna touch into the Dark Raiden. Probably it's iffy because there's already so many plot points that are gonna be resolved in the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's up to you and Brock and Retro now.
Well, I mean, like, I feel like a lot of the plot lines, they really do want to incorporate a whole, like, series of it. But they want to plan it out a little bit more here and there.
I'm kind of glad that they didn't go straight to like you were saying, sir. In the movie, they went straight to the tournament. So I'm glad that they didn't in this movie. I'm glad that they didn't.
And so I found out, I did a little bit of digging. They made Sub-Zero's outfit specifically dark to hint at what will happen. And they want this to. They did it specifically so there would be a higher chance at a sequel.
Yeah,
People want to see what
even,
happens.
like, I was already I'm surprised you didn't mention that in my seal what happened. Just like, what's happening? But like, it kind of does get me to like another point where, like, a lot of the movie just kind of feels like how I said, feels like its own prequel, where it's kind of like how if Kano wasn't there, there wouldn't be much because they're kind of focusing on setting up the sequel.
Oh, you got me, son of a bitch. So one thing I want to talk about: Easter eggs in the movie.
Okay. I picked up on none. I picked up on none, so this is you three.
As expected.
I'm
Okay.
Brock, you didn't see Kotal Khan?
I saw Nightwolf
that
and
was
all
one.
that. Okay,
You didn't see Kotal Khan.
I did, and then I saw Nightwolf, so I saw two, but that was it.
Yeah, so there's Nightwolf, there's
Yeah.
Kotal Khan. I keep forgetting the Centaur Tiger
Shinnok's
dude.
amulet.
Well, yeah,
Kintaro.
Shinnok's amulet. Kintaro was on the vase. Kintaro was on the vase that was just below Shinnok, or just below Kotal. Also, when Briggs versed Sub-Zero for the first time and lost his arms, if you look on the back wall, there's a combo on the wall. That combo is apparently Sub-Zero's freezing attack in the old arcade game. So I was like, hey, he actually did the combo. He froze off his arms.
So, yeah, and
Fuck!
kind of a good segue there, because like how you said, the Easter egg with not only Sub-Zero's I'd say armorless attire, hinting, and the way he dies also. Like,
he's just smoking and on fire.
The only thing missing is that if they were gonna do a 2v1, I legitimately would have wanted it to be a 2v2 with Kuai Liang.
Yeah.
I think that could have been, or at least if they were gonna do a 2v1, like if they could have had like Kuai Liang kind of show up, right as everyone left, or some kind of, or when Shang Tsung showed up, that Kuai Liang could have showed up with him, and you know, he would have wanted to go check on his brother, but like Shang Tsung's like, hold on, like you know, something like that, like some kind of reference.
You got me, son of a bitch. Let's see. Another one was, besides the obvious one at the very end, if people don't know already, spoilers.
Yes, this is complete spoilers. This is complete spoilers, so reveal it.
Cole was told, or Cole was like, hey, I'm going to Hollywood. It was like, oh, what's in Hollywood? And it's like, it's not what, it's who. And it's Johnny Cage. He passes by the big-ass poster of Citizen Cage.
Yep.
Big old belt buckle and everything. I'm like, oh.
I'm hoping it's Mike Mazan, and I really want to see him play.
What if it was Nathan Fillion?
I have no idea who that is.
I have no idea who any of these are.
He was in the show Firefly. He was in YouTube on a short call based off of Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. He was Nathan Drake in the short.
Oh, okay.
He actually looked pretty good. He's also in, I think his most recent thing that he's been in is Rookie. The Rookie. It's a cop show.
Okay.
But he's a very good actor. He's very well versed. He has a lot of different roles. I think he would be a good Johnny Cage. He has the look down. Like, let me send you guys a picture of Nathan Fillion so you can get a better idea as to what he looks like. I mean, I'm trying to think. What else? God, what else specifically? I'm trying to think of would be good. What other Easter eggs were there? Shit.
Shinnok's amulet.
Yeah, Shinnok's amulet. Oh, Katana's fans. Katana's fan was seen in the movie, right like down the hall from it. Also, apparently that whole... Okay, remember the bald guy that they first saw on the mural? When they were walking into Raiden's temple?
I can't remember.
They were showing all the
like,
past,
I know what
like,
you're talking
champions.
about.
They were showing all the...
I know what you're
Yes.
talking about, but like, I only remember the one with Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Like, that's the one I remember.
There was Shao Kahn, there was a bald guy, there was Scorpion and Sub-Zero, there was also like some chick and a guy that were over a sleeping person.
Oh, shit.
But the bald guy was the great Kung Lao. Kung Lao's ancestor.
Nice, Brock.
He was the original great Kung Lao.
Yeah, because Kung Lao is more of a moniker, kind of like Captain Falcon or whenever
Captain
Batman
Falcon.
is Captain Falcon is a moniker. Like, the Captain Falcon that you know is actually like the third or fourth Captain Falcon.
For 2 seconds, I thought you were talking about, like, Falcon from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because they did say, what do we call you?
Captain America.
Because I was like, what do we call you now? Do we call you Falcon? Do we call you Falcon America? Do we call you Captain Falcon?
Hypno, I don't believe in abusing your friends, but I want to punch you in the face so fucking badly right now.
So I think we've gotten to a good
Brock, I've
point
never
where
played
we
this
can
game
just
before.
talk
I don't know how.
Go on.
So
And
I think we've gotten to a good point where we can just talk about Scorpion versus Sub-Zero specifically.
Well, one thing specifically I wanted to mention, the last mural that had the chick and the dude over some sleeping person. They're both gods that were over Iridia, I think it's called. Kitana's homeland.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were gods that watched over her homeland. And, like, they were involved in one of the games specifically for, like, trials and tests, from what I remember.
Yeah. So the lore according to the game.
3530, by the way.
Iridia was another one of those realms.
Mm-hmm.
But Shao Kahn has taken that one over as well, and he
Yeah.
merged it with his own. And so, had Kitana's dad, which was basically the king over there, killed, and basically took the queen, which was...
It wasn't
her
Melina.
name?
God, I'm trying to remember her name.
Frankenstein's wife looking ass. So that's the wife. Look it up in the character screen whenever you guys are in it. And then Katana, which was the daughter, as his own daughter.
Oh shit!
So,
Yeah, he did it to. He says he did it to appease the queen, which is like that's a total lie. He's just doing it because he wants to do whatever he wants, not get bitched at for
I
it.
think he ever said he wanted to.
He did that in MK11 campaign. I just played it today. He said it. I did it to appease the queen, and that was the only reason why I saved you.
What is it? There was.
Oh shit!
Can we finally talk about Sub-Zero versus Scorpion?
Yes, finally we can.
Alright, anyone have
Shit.
some opening thoughts?
So, the fact that the blood on the kunai got him to come out of the nether realm, that was interesting to realize. It's like, oh, he needed his bloodline to actually activate or release him from the nether realm, which was interesting.
It's almost like a fan fiction.
So I gotta ask. So I gotta.
You go.
So you know how in Marvel, if a superhero dies, they're eventually gonna come back. That's
only in comics.
Right. No, in the movies as well. They die, they come back.
Not in Marvel movies.
Yes, I do. You know.
Yeah, a lot of the time.
Is the same
Slow
gonna
people
happen?
punch.
Is the same gonna happen with not Liu Kang?
Kung Lao? No.
Yeah, it's the same.
It does happen. It does happen all the time, because we need you for the sequel. Like, for this is how it always goes with the game. It's like you always die, but you always come back.
Mm-hmm.
So they are with comeback. All the characters. I'm not gonna say that, but Armageddon. Everyone technically dies, but now we're going back in time and everyone's alive again.
Yep.
So a lot of events like that, and even in this game where there's time travel, like where characters who are technically dead come back, and so.
You spammy bitch! Fucking
there is
stop!
A lot of that where
That's what I'm saying.
there is a lot of that.
Like,
where,
you have no skill. All you do
character-
is you spam.
I've
Sorry
never
to
played
interrupt,
this
but
game
like,
before. It's respect.
that doesn't matter. All you do is spam one
Oh,
attack,
you're just
and that's
salty because you
all
want
it
to
is.
beat me. That's why.
No, I'm genuinely being serious.
So one, I'm not agreeing with Trevor, but I want to make a meme. You kind of have to adapt.
See what I go through?
I hate you, Trevor. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, they always come back. Like, but I think in this continuity where they're gonna introduce so many more characters, maybe one or two of them might come back, maybe. But I wouldn't really hold your breath on any of them really coming back.
The only two I would maybe make a guess about is Sub-Zero coming back as Noob Saibot, and then Goro. Goro and him were the only two whose bodies were taken by Shang Tsung. Melina was left because we didn't see what happened to her body. We specifically saw Sub-Zero and Goro's body being taken. Nobody else's. And I think they did that for a reason. You know what's odd? I have a feeling they may even just try to pull the weirdest thing ever and turn Goro into Baraka.
Oh, you beat me to it.
And I would not like that. Because,
or something else, who knows?
Yeah. But
because
I just specifically wouldn't like Baraka, like that being how he gets. Because Baraka is kind of like a race. It's like Toad.
Right.
You aren't really talking about one Toad. You're just talking about the species of Toad. So it's like, it just wouldn't make sense for Goro to become Baraka.
Jesus Christ, bro. Jesus Christ.
Are you guys bullying him in there?
Okay, Brock literally just started spam punching as fucking Casey just straight up. Or no, it was is it Casey? No, it's Sonia. He's Sonia. And he just punching him in the face over and over again.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Brock! I can't even
bullying
move.
him into a corner.
Jeez.
So,
There he goes again.
What the hell, Brock?
I do think they did Scorpion vs. Sub-Zero really good.
I hate you
I'd like
so
to point
much.
out in this review that Scorpion did not technically beat him in a 1v1 because the main character Cole Young was there.
Yeah,
and
that was the only reason.
So I
could do this too.
I hate this. Well, I mean, like it's not even. Like you saw how many times Sub-Zero looked like he got his ass kicked, and then Cole Young would just kind of leave and go try to break that ice.
Yeah.
And then Sub-Zero would just get up like it was nothing. It's like you legitimately I think Scorpion. Actually, I'm not gonna make that statement.
Fuck.
I know that it was not a fair 1v1. That's all.
All I know is even Scorpion, when he shot his chain, he missed. Because Sub-Zero deflected it, but then Cole ended up just being like, no. And it's just reverse Uno card, flings it back at him in his chest.
Well, Brock's mad.
Alright guys, so we are approaching 43 minutes. Let's give our last final thoughts. Suspect, since you are the biggest impact I think on this, what did you think and what could they have done differently?
I think the biggest thing they could have done differently is use characters that we already know rather than kind of make up their own little fan fiction here.
Okay.
But it the thing is that I'd give it a 7 out of 10 overall.
Okay.
You wouldn't really expect so much from this movie, so don't go into this movie thinking that you're gonna get a 9 out of 10 experience because you're not.
Okay.
So just remember the original movies. Think okay, so they're gonna kind of do their own thing, but they don't do anything that seems like they're spitting at the source material's face, like Annihilation. But that's basically my thought on it, and it was a little too prequel-y.
Okay.
It's setting up too much for. I mean, it spent too much setting up for the sequel. That's my little paragraph.
Okay.
Me, I would like to see new characters that will actually make their way in. I want to see, what's his name? Something Black.
Oh, Aaron Black?
Aaron Black. I want to see Aaron Black. I want to see Jade. I want to see Katana.
So the three sisters.
Well, I want to see the main other characters make it into this next movie, if that's possible. Straight up, because they all deserve spots in the movie. and some of them are really cool characters. Like Aaron Black also worked with Kano in the Black Dragons, so it's like, hey, you know, Black Dragons are still around because they're in black. But there's also the aspect of, like, you know, Nighthawk or
Yes.
Nightwolf. He could actually make it into the movie because he was shown, but who knows if he'll actually make it in.
Right.
And
So-
like I said, I want to see more characters that we haven't seen in movies before, or at least if they've been put in movies before, see them, you know, get the justice they deserve in the next movie. You know.
So what would you rate it? You didn't say what you rate it.
I would rate it like a 7.
Okay.
It was a good movie, good references, good Easter eggs. You had to really look. I mean, other than that, it was a good movie.
Hypno, what about you?
About for what?
Mortal
The
Kombat.
movie scale of 1 to 10, and what you would change about it.
I mean, I would consider it C level. I mean, it was a cheesy film. We're not gonna get like the Godfather for a Mortal Kombat film. I think it was good for what it was. It was actually a lot better than what I expected it to be.
Okay. Would you add anybody, or?
I mean, I don't know, because I don't know if they're... It's like that thing with Sonic. Are they going to make a sequel? Is it going to be better? You know, it's one of
They're
those
making
things.
a sequel for Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
They've already
like,
released a lot of stuff for it.
Yeah, but, like, we don't know the details of the sequel, though. Like, you know, it's not... Because after the sequel comes out, then you can think, like, retrospectively, what would have been better for the first film and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of hard to tell until, like, a sequel really comes out.
So, but
Fuck.
out of 10.
Yeah, out of 10, what would you give it?
Out of 10, I'd give it a, like... It wasn't horrible, and it wasn't the best. The CGI was a little bit bad, so are we doing it for narrative, or are we doing it overall?
Whatever you would give it. Whatever you would give
Overall,
it.
you fool.
Well, just because, like, I know what kind of movie it was, but also because, like, the CGI was fucking terrible. I mean, Jesus Christ. But
Fuck you.
I'd give it, like, a 4 or 5.
Damn. I will say, I'll give it a solid I'll give it a solid 7.5. Like I said, I went into it. I watched the original like maybe once or twice. The one that it keeps getting compared to, I've seen it once or twice.
Or the 90 version.
Yeah,
the 90s.
yeah.
I saw that one.
So I went in with zero expectations, and I liked it. My wife said I was really into it. She liked it and everything. She found Kano to be hilarious, which I thought was funny as well. But yeah, I would give a solid 7.5. Give us, the thing I would change is give us like a whole new set of characters, like you said. You know, throw in they can't use Cassie till at least the 3rd or 4th film if they get that far, because Johnny Cage and Sonya have to mate and everything.
Yeah, I'm not being spammy, boy.
Brock, don't say it like that. They have to mate.
They have
As
to.
if they're
They
raped.
have to bang
Brock's
the
trying to braid
headboard.
again.
But yeah, I'd give it a solid 7.5. I really liked it. But yeah, so with that being said, guys, I'm glad you joined us for this. If you liked it, leave a comment and what you would change and what you would give it.
Why do you have a shotgun, though?
Because I'm Jax. But yeah, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Peace.